guys, this is Ursula with Easy Do Yoga. Today we want to talk about stress and anxiety, and perhaps what follows is depression. Well, stress is everywhere, right? Face it, school, work, family problems, raising children, being in traffic, commuting back and forth to work, just regular things. Turn on the news and there is stress. Sometimes we are not aware of how those things affect us. So we need to get some time out. We need to find some me time. And yes, I said me time. So please don't feel guilty if you have a little bit of me time, a little time for yourself set aside with a yoga practice, and then maybe following a nice Epsom salt bath or some nice essential oil bath, just to relax a little. Take 30-40 minutes, if the time allows, an hour out of your busy day every day, and do something what you enjoy. Going for a walk in nature, maybe working in the yard. But yoga is something what you can do all the time, around the clock, okay? And the next couple yoga poses will help you calm down with your stress level. When we have stress, our blood pressure goes up, our cortisol, that dangerous stress hormone, goes up. And everybody knows high cortisol means weight gain right here in the middle. And yes, whatever you eat will stick to your ribs and hips. And it's very hard to lose it no matter what you do. And then when you go and exercise really, really hard, you think you're gonna shrink that waist, that belly. Guess what? Cortisol goes even higher. So yoga is proven to bring your cortisol level down, bring your blood pressure down, and makes you feel good. It creates serotonin. Your neurotransmitters will chill, they will relax. The breathing in yoga and the movements linked together in yoga is so good to bring that cortisol down, to help you relax, to help you sleep. Because if you don't sleep right, same thing, the cortisol jumps up and stays up. Very dangerous, not good for your weight. So now, without any further ado, let's get busy. We're going to start up in child's pose today, and we're going to start breathing in and out to our nose. If this is hard for you, then just exhale out just a little bit with your lips a little open, and just let that exhale flow out really nice and long, okay? Let's get busy here into child's pose. So you may want to open up your knees wider. That's a preference. I like to have my knees just a little bit apart. So just folding forward, still pulling that belly in, sliding your arms out, and let's just relax. Let's take a block here under your forehead and find your breathing. A long inhale into your nose and long exhales. Make your exhales a little bit longer to out your mouth or nose. Here we go. 5 rounds of breath. Just by having the block under your forehead, you're stimulating your serotonin and you're bringing your central nervous system down. Also, your head is lower. And again, you make, do the block this way so it's even lower. As your body gives, you can always adapt your yoga poses. Last long breath. And then very slowly from here, move your block, and we're going to come into what we call puppy pose. So I want you to walk your fingertips forward, start lifting your hips. I have to walk my legs a little bit back. Have your feet about hip width apart. Make sure your hips are not dropping forward. Your hips are aligned with your knees. Your forearms and your palms are about shoulder width apart, and let's keep walking forward until you can find your forehead again, either on a block or onto your mat. You're going to relax and open your shoulders here. That is part of de-stressing. And again, your head here is lower than the heart. So this is very good for lowering high blood pressure and stress. Here we go, 5 breaths. Last breath. And then slowly lift up your head, walk your hands in, and we're going to do 3 cat-cows. So you want to look forward, lengthen that chest through your shoulders, draw your shoulders back, drop the belly, lift the tail up, inhale. And then we change here into lion's breath as we exhale and start tucking the hips under, pulling the belly in, pressing the floor away. We bring the head towards the chest, and as that exhale unfolds, we open up our mouth, and with a sigh, we exhale out. Just let everything go. You want to stick that tongue out, and nobody sees it. Trust me, I'm in front of the camera, that's worse. Let's again, inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, round, hug, pull that belly in, set it up. Again, last one, inhale. Exhale, come, set it up. And then normalize your back, normalize your breath. Let's come here into a downward facing dog. Fingers are spread, palms are flat. Walk your feet a bit closer than hip width, bend your knees. Let's let your head relax in between your biceps and then keep it there. Knees are still bent. Lift that tailbone up a little higher, pull that belly in, and then from here work on straightening maybe one leg and then the other leg until you feel a little more ease at your hamstrings. Let's lift up onto your toes and roll all the way down. Let's take 2 breaths here in downward facing dog. Fill those lungs all the way up and then exhale out. Maybe this time we open up the lips a little bit. Just let that exhale escape. One more time. Long and steady exhale. From here, I like to go into dolphin pose. So I want you to look forward, come down, bend your knees, come down onto your elbows here. Maybe just setting your palms flat or interlace your hands together, shifting your shoulders over your elbows, straighten the legs, let your head go in between, looking down at your feet. So bring your feet together, lifting that tailbone up, and maybe you can come a little bit more forward here. Your heels do not have to touch. Just pressing your thighs together, let your head relax. You can turn it a yes and a no. And we're going to take 5 breaths again. If you have to come out, if this is too hard, just do that very same thing on your knees. Just let your head relax. And we're going to do the last 2 in a lion's breath. So here we go. Here comes the last 2. Inhale through your nose. Open up, stick out your tongue, and one more. Normalize your breath, bend your knees to the floor, and let's come one more time here into child's pose for 2 breaths. And you may here now open your knees really wide. Let that upper body descend all the way down. Rest your head on the side of your face or on a block. Here we go. Let's take 3 rounds of breath. Open your mouth. Just exhale with a little sigh, and again. And then sliding that upper body all the way up, coming to a seated position, laying one leg in and one leg right in front of you, so we are not crossing our legs. We try to wiggle here so we're sitting comfortable, and then we just lengthen out. We're gonna go forward. So my buttocks stays down on the mat. I'm just sliding my hands forward. You may want to use a block again, lay it under your forehead, or lower, or you can all the way come out onto your chest. 2 breaths. And then we round back up. Bring the right side by the right hip. Let's extend the arm over, stretch, same thing, other side. Stretch, and then we're going to come into a twist. Left hand on the outside of the right knee, right arm behind you, lengthen, pull the belly in, and from above the navel, twist. Feeling those shoulder blades coming together, focusing on your breathing. Let's inhale here to the nose and do 1 exhale out to the mouth. And then release, same thing, other side. Switch the arms, lengthen here in the center, twist above the navel, pull that belly in, 1 regular breath, in and out to your nose. And then the last one, we exhale out to the mouth. Notice when we exhale out to the mouth, it's just like a really deeper, longer exhale. It really calms you down and makes you relaxed. From here, I'm going to move the block. I'm going to keep my right leg where it is, and I'm extending my left leg out. Pull this in a little bit more here. So it's not a typical one-legged Shasana stretch. We're just gonna bring our left hand all the way either on top of your leg or in the inside. I often use my index finger to slide under to get a good grip. And then bringing your right hand behind you, behind your lower back, lengthen, leaning back in that invisible wall. Try to keep my right sit bones, my right hip down. Look slightly up, and I'm taking 3 breaths. And I leave this up to you here, if you inhale and exhale out to your nose, or if you use the mouth breathing again. You can also lift that arm up, extend it overhead. Try not to bend it. Reach that arm, look up to the ceiling. Last breath. And then I bring the arm down, straighten up, belly is still in, and I'm folding here forward over my right knee and take 2 extra breaths. And then slide it back up. Bring the right leg forward, shake your legs out a little bit, and other side. Bring now that left leg in, right leg comes more out to the side, so it's more like a diagonal out. Take your right arm, slide it. You could also, of course, use a block and lay your forearm onto the block. Bring your left arm behind you, lengthen that spine, rotate here from above the navel, pull the belly, let your shoulder blades go onto your back, and you might get a couple popping out of your back here, and then leaning back into that invisible wall, looking to the side or looking all the way up, and start your breathing. 3 rounds of breath. On the last one, I like to bring my arm up and across. Some people can reach their toes. I cannot, but I still feel that deep, deep stretch in my side body and lower back, right where my kidneys and adrenals are, so they get a good stretch. And then I bring my arm down, slide my hand out, and lengthen here again, twisting and leaning over that left leg. My right foot is engaged, can come onto my elbows here. Let's take 2 breaths. And then we walk it back up. So now we're ready for shoulder stand, cloud pose, and fish pose. Okay? If you're new to yoga, you may want to skip this or put your legs just on a block. So you put the block under your lower back or use the wall. Just scooch up to the wall and bring your legs right straight up against the wall. If you have a blanket, it makes it a little easier. You want to fold the blanket so there are absolutely no wrinkles, because you don't want to create any tension on pressure or tension under your back. You want to fold the blanket and put it pretty much on the top of your mat and lining up, actually it's this way around, lining up your shoulders here and your head goes right in here. So I'm turning around, leaning back, make sure my shoulders are on the edge of the blanket, my head is relaxed, my t-shirt is nice and tucked in. And then I'm preparing my arms. So I want to be on my triceps here, on my elbows, very close to my body. I'm looking straight up onto the ceiling. I'm not suppressing my neck here in. You want to have a fist about under here, room, so you're not suppressing too much. And then we're going to lift, walk under, pull the belly in, point the legs as much as you can. Maybe look at your toes. Let's take 5 breaths here. You may close your eyes, just feeling that blood pulling out of our feet into the hip, and from there over the chest into the brain. It's very relaxing. Shoulder stand is called the king or the queen actually of our yoga poses. The king is headstand. It's not how straight you are, it's how it feels. So that's why you can easily scooch and put your legs against the wall. One more breath. And then we're gonna let your legs go above your head. Open your legs a little, walk your hands a little bit more under your lower back. And you may just hang here in the air. You may bend your knees. That's perfectly fine. Do what you can. Breathe again. 5 rounds of breath. I'm slowly putting my hands into my lower back here again. Pull my knees in, and then very slowly guiding my hands down, coming here into a roll, and then I rock it up because I have to move my blanket. And we're going to come here into a fish pose. We were suppressing the thyroid, and as we get up, the fresh blood flows back into your thyroid. Again, that brings down your cortisol, regulates your hormones, your thyroid, your hypothalamus to calm you down. So from here, we're just going to lay back, bring our palms on the edge of your tush, Walk your legs together and out, pointing your toes. Pull the belly in, walk your elbows in, lift up, walk the elbows in, and then letting your head come all the way down so you're looking straight behind you. Close your eyes here. 3 breaths. Then walk your elbows out, keep that belly in, slowly relax your head back, walk your hands out, walk the heels together. You can put a block under each upper thigh or knee. Place your hands here on your belly, middle, lower, or one onto your chest. And we're going to do 3 rounds here of that lion's breath. So we inhale again fully through the nose. And then as we exhale, we open the mouth and we stick out the tongue and make an audible sound for relaxation. Let your breath organically normalize for just a few rounds. Then help your hand with your hands here, help your knees to come in. Bring your knees here into the chest, and you can roll to any side and come up seated. I like to rock up using my blanket or a block, and I like to sit on the edge of the block here, lining up my legs, my feet again. So I'm sitting on the edge, so my hips are automatically rolled a little forward, my spine is nice and tall, and now I like to finish this with 5 rounds of alternate nostril breathing. So make sure your spine is nice and tall, and you take your right hand and gently like a feather press against the right nostril. Take your ring finger and have that ready. You can take the other 2 fingers on your forehead. Let's inhale through your left nostril, lengthening that spine as you inhale. Then take that ring finger, close the left side. Wait for your natural exhale to come. Move the thumb and exhale. And then naturally here, inhale again, fill those lungs all the way, keep your shoulders relaxed. And then again, exhale on the left. Let's do 3 more rounds like that, and make sure you end with an exhale on the left. Long breath. Stay here as long as it feels good. Do a couple more extra breaths. Just let that breath flow automatically in and out of your nose. I thank you guys for coming, inviting me again into your home and practicing with me. I hope that that will help you to reduce your stress, your anxiety, and any depression you might feel. Do it as often as you feel like it, any time of the day. Share this with your friends, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, and I see you next time. This is Ursula with Easy Do Yoga. Be blessed.